Larger than life. Alright, I got that little joke of the 4Kids dub of Ultraman Tiga out of the way. And now, hey guys, my name is Chrisman Lightning. If you just clicked off of the video because of that joke, I don't blame you, but you might want to stick around for this little review of SH Figuarts Ultraman Trigger Multi-Type. And yeah, I mean, now I will tell you this: this is not a Shinchoko Seiho. This is just a normal SH Figuarts, so everything that came with Tiga is not going to be coming with this guy. And yes, I did set up Tiga behind Trigger for another joke, but anyway. So will this figure individually take you higher? I don't know, maybe it will, maybe it won't. But hopefully you guys enjoy this review, and you know what? Let's get the box and let's get Tiga out of the way, and then just focus on Trigger himself. Alright, here we are with SH Figuarts Trigger Next Generation Tiga, and let's go over paint real quick, and then we'll get into articulation. Alright, so far paint, this guy has actually done pretty well, and it's very similar to Tiga's color scheme for multi-type, and it should be, since Trigger is supposed to be this generation's Tiga. And if you watch Trigger, then there's a lot of Tiga moments, and especially at the ending when he's fighting Kameda, hopefully I pronounced that right, and when you get Trigger Truth, which, to be honest, I'm hoping for an SH Figuarts version of that, and Glitter Eternity. And this guy, I mean, the paint looks good. The gold, I mean, it works. Is it what I've gone for? No. I do like the gold in here for some odd reason better than I do for the chest protector. I can't explain it, but it just, for some odd reason, the gold up in the helmet looks better. And not much to say about the legs or the arms. I mean, they look cool, and they still have that, you know, why I like to call it Egyptian feel, even though it's supposed to be Ultra Civilization just riding on the chest protector, but still. I mean, so far, it's pretty good. Not bad at all. And now, articulation. Trigger can look this far up for take you higher poses, or just flight poses. He could look this far down. He could look side to side and lean side to side. And for the arm, it could go all the way around. And like that, see? A little bit of a swivel. And not, if you see, not a little bit of a swivel right here, but not like Tiga where it was an actual line that for that. It could go, it's double jointed on the elbows, I believe. And you could go this far back. And as you can see, they basically took something from the SH Figuarts and Shinchoko Seiho Tiga, especially with the chest protector being somewhat rubber. And I'm a little bit disappointed that this is not rubber, because even though I haven't gotten power type yet, I am still waiting on that one, but I mean, this is as far as Trigger can go. Not like Tiga, where it can actually do more than just hard plastic, but still. Trigger can go this far forward with his leg, this far back, and then double jointed knees. It can swivel, and then toe can go side to side, a little bit of a swivel, and toe articulation. Alright. And that's pretty much it for Trigger and his articulation, and what I think about like the paint and all that stuff. Now, if I can get him to stand up straight. Yeah, that's the problem that I've been having with this figure a lot, is that for poses and all that, it takes me a while before I can like sit him straight like that. Well, wouldn't be a Christmas lighting video without some type of mishap, huh? That seems to be happening a lot lately, so... Yeah, and then just... If I could just get this guy to stand up straight, or just, do that. Anyway, let's go and see what this guy comes with in terms of accessories. And this is just basically what it comes with. Now, I know wasn't going to be like the Shinshoku Seiyo Tiga. However, we should have gotten more than just this. Anyway, we have some of these sort of relaxed hands, but they're more posing hands. Some chopping hands, some dynamic posing hands. Oh, these are more dynamic, but these are for more grabbing. And I'm guessing these are for dynamic poses before you do Zapirium. And a magenta color timer for when he's like after 3 minutes of life, and then Trigger basically gets to go down. They should have at least added a Zapirium beam effect part to this, especially since he is multi-type and Zapirium comes with multi. And I've seen like pictures of... Hang on real quick. Especially since I've seen pictures of Sky-type, and Sky-type actually comes with Runbolt, like the Runbolt Bullet, or Runbolt, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it comes with that effect part. And Trigger Dark is going to come with Circle Arms, Trigger's main weapon. So, I'm just saying, I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get the Pyrium Beam, but... I mean, what we got with what we got, if you're good with, like, stop motion and also effect parts and all that stuff, and then you can actually create your own, like, Zapirium beam effect part for, like, stop motion with CGI and all that stuff, then applause you, but then again, that's just my little rant. And, well, I also forgot to mention that the color timer right here is a very beautiful light blue, and so is the Tiga Crystal. The eyes are a compound, but they have an actual solid color underneath them rather than the Tiga's reflective compound eyes. I know I'm almost comparing this to Tiga a lot, but then again, it almost feels like we should have gotten more, but yeah, we didn't. Anyway, let's get this guy all posed up and get him into some size comparisons. Alright, and since this guy is the next generation Tiga, here he stands. Good thing I caught him. Trigger's been drinking too much, guys. Sorry. And apparently so has my camera. We'll see. It shall stay. But yeah, since this is basically next generation Tiga, I feel like it is basically obvious that I have to basically stack him up with his predecessor, which he actually fought with in episode 19 against a Krelioid. You know, some of the names of the monsters from the Ultra series are difficult to pronounce. That's why I figured out. Will he stand up on his own? Yes, he will. But he doesn't even look right. Hang on. And also, a little bit backstory on Trigger. Since I kind of did this for the Tiga episode, I'm doing this for the Trigger episode as well. Trigger was also a giant of darkness before Kengo Makina, who is also Ultraman Trigger, basically brought him to the light, and then he fought his former giant of darkness friends. Tiga, don't you dare pull a trigger on me. Okay. There we go. And as you see, Tiga and Trigger actually sound really well next to each other. I mean, then again, they're almost like, almost like the actual same people. But then again, this is just like awesome. If you have these two figures, I recommend displaying them next to each other. And now it's time since I already did like most of the Marvel characters with Tiga, I'm not going to do that with Trigger, because since from what I've seen, even though Tiga's slightly forward than Trigger stands roughly about the same height as Tiga, so maybe a little bit taller. So I really don't need to do that. Screw it. I'm going to, even though I am probably not, is probably not going to look well. I had Spider-Man displayed for a moment there, like he was going to be swinging or about to fire a web line when he jumped off, but here they stand next to a Spider-Man figure. Not bad. I mean, then again, Peter's supposed to be a teenager, so if you have toy Spider-Man, you could probably do the size comparison yourself on that one. And as usual, Trigger is supposed to grow to gigantic heights like all Ultraman and then fight gigantic monsters. And I don't have my Gaian in here with me right now. And I've actually done a few photos with Tiga again fighting against Gaian, which was awesome. But let's get you out, Tiga. Out of here. And then... And we have Godzilla, basically the 89 version where he tackled against Biollante. Yeah. And then move Trigger forward a bit. And he actually looks pretty well with Godzilla, surprisingly. I figure that Godzilla will be standing a little bit taller than him, but still, I mean, these two look great together. And if you want, make some stop motion animation with these guys. But yeah, this was it. This is all. And this is Christmas Lighting Wish for the Lighting. Protect you guys. See you around.